Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a very historical moment in our town. We've had a few, not too many, but a few, and this is one of them. On behalf of the Beech Mountain Town Council and our community, I'm delighted to be here for the grand opening of the Beech Mountain new 1.5 million gallon per day water treatment plant facilities. A special thank to you, to everyone that has honored us with their presence for this historical moment for our community. Up alongside of me, I have the following: Rick Owens, Council Member; Paul Paquet, Vice Mayor; Wendell Sauer, Council Member; and Renee Castiglione, Council Member. And on my right, Tim Holloman, Town Manager; Robert Heaton. Wait a minute, Robert, I'm going to get your right title. Public Utility Director. And of course, not last but not least, Benji Thomas, our Principal Engineer for this project. And also, I would like to introduce a couple people that were originally involved in this project back in the fall of 2015, which were on the council: Alan Holcomb, sitting right here in the front, and Cindy Keller. She's not here right now, but Cindy was the one that originally wanted something done with the roof. And we wound up putting a cupola on the roof. I hope I pronounced that right. And you see it way up there on top of the roof. At this time, I'll have Tim Holloman come in and give our invocation, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's bow our heads at this time, please. Lord, we come before you this afternoon. Lord, we're thankful for everyone who had a part in the construction of this plant, the engineering design, and for what it's going to benefit the citizens of Beech Mountain and the tourists and the visitors to our lovely town. Lord, we ask that you bless the employees that have continued to work very diligently in getting this plant operation and opened. A lot of very late nights and a lot of early mornings to get this done. And we just like to ask your blessings from all them, all those that are here today. And Lord, we also ask that you bless the food that we partake of a little bit later this morning. We ask this in the name of our Lord. Amen.
If everyone please stand to pledge allegiance. The town new water treatment plant facility was funded with 1.720 from our town fund reserve, with the remaining balance of 4.3 million funded through the USDA. Construction of the new facility began in fall of September 2015 with a groundbreaking ceremony. In planning for this future needs of our community, the new water treatment plant facility has been engineered to grow with us. The new 1.5 million gallon plant behind me has the ability to expand to produce another 500,000 gallons for a total of 2 million gallons per day. The completion of this project would not have come to fruition without the collaboration efforts of numerous talented and professional trained individuals. I would like to take a moment to recognize those not yet mentioned that were involved in the steering of this project towards the point of this completion. First, the ad hoc committee that was appointed of Craig Hunter, Ernst Steiniger, John Merritt, and Jack Lubin. Mr. Hunter is not here. He had to go back home, and Jack Lubin, unfortunately, has passed. The other ones also like to thank Debbie Sexton, the USDA, which we couldn't do without it at our meetings and dispersing the money and so on and so forth, and Pam Heisen, Area Director for the USDA. They're both right here. Also, we have Keith Buff, USDA Water Circuit Rider, Tom Boyd, Senior Environmental Specialist, Dale Shepard. I know he's not here, but I, on behalf of myself and the town council, would like to thank, because he was here for about a year and a half or so, and he looked after us to make sure the project was running right, and gave us reports every month. Also, project manager Frank Witt. Are they here from the construction? I don't see them. Jeff McKinney, superintendent, and Mark Jackson, which was Frizzell Construction. The town of Beech Mountain is a strong and thriving community that focuses on recognizing the needs of its stakeholders and partnering with them. These stakeholders have played a vital role in the successful endeavor of this community and in completion of this project. At this time, I would like to recognize Brian Barnes, Chief Operating Officer of the Beech Mountain Club, Ryan Costin, General Manager of Ski Beach, and the Beech Mountain community stakeholders. In addition to those already recognized, we have with us today other notable individuals from the high country who work towards putting our local governing bodies to work for the benefit of their community. These present with us today are Brenda Lyerly, Mayor of Banner Elk. Sorry. I'm just so used to saying Beech Mountain. Larry Fontaine, Mayor of Seven Devils. Shane Fox, I don't think he made it. Kelly Coffey, Regional Planner of the High Country Council of Government. Philip Berry, County Manager of Avery County, I know he's here. Ed Evans, Town Manager of Blowing Rock, I know he's here, and I don't know if some of you people know him or not. Bud Pudney, our Fire Chief, he was here, there he is. And last but not least, our staff. And what I would like to mention about our staff, what you see today here that's been done and put together, I'd like to thank the following people for this. Is this still on? The following people for this: Bud Pudney, Rebecca Ward, Sean Royal, Robert Heaton, and last but not least, Jennifer Broderick, for putting this thing together on behalf of the town. Again, I thank all the present being with us on this memorable occasion. Next remarks you will be hearing is from Benji Thomas, who is the principal engineer of West Consultant and the town lead engineer in this project. Benji?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm glad the Mayor mentioned a lot of names, because I hesitated to mention any. There's so many involved in a project like this. And I did want to mention some. And I did write out my speech, because I'm a plan drawer, not a speaker, but I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. As the project engineer for this new Buckeye Lake water treatment plant, I've had the privilege of being involved in this project since the initial stages of planning. Since we began work in early 2013, the town staff, the mayor and council, which has changed over time, but in each case, they were very instrumental. The water committee members who have been mentioned, the state review engineers in Raleigh and locally, the USDA representatives, other engineers like Marion Rothrock, who's here today, Lee Spencer, and many of the people at my office, my own staff, and many others provided valuable input. Robert Heaton and Daniel Davis and the other operators here helped me understand the unique challenges to this particular water source and water plant. And they were wonderful to work with as we tackled each design decision. So the design progressed and was finalized. I signed my name on the plans, but the plans were actually the culmination of input from many people. Likewise, during construction, many of these same people, along with Frizzell Construction's team, continue to provide valuable suggestions for improving the project. Dale Sheepers, who's been named, was here almost every day serving as my eyes and ears to keep an eye on the project. Frank Witt and Jeff McKinney with T&B Contractors were my primary points of contact as they worked to make the plans become real and three-dimensional. And I must mention that my wife and children supported me through the project, as with all my projects, but in particular this one. I'm very thankful to them. So this water plant is truly the result of a team effort using collective wisdom and experience. As Proverbs 15:22 says, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. So here are a few facts. As the mayor's mentioned some of them, I'll maybe add a few more. This water treatment plant has been permitted by the state of North Carolina to produce 1 million gallons per day. That's the permitted amount, but it has been designed to easily go to 1.5 million gallons per day. And with not too much more work, it could be expanded to 2 million gallons per day. Although with each expansion, the source water would have to be increased, capacity. The new plant replaces an old water plant that was over 30 years old. The plant served a good purpose for a long time, but it had corroded and provided little treatment other than filtering. The new plant is constructed of concrete for better durability and longevity. The new plant uses conventional sand filters, but they are much larger than the old ones, and the treatment will be more reliable and future expansion more easily to accomplish. There are also 3 filters now instead of 2, so the plant can operate at full capacity even when one filter is out of service for maintenance. Newer technologies were used to enable better treatment and better operator management, such as air scour backwashing that gets the contaminants out of the filter more thoroughly each time you backwash, dissolved air flotation pre-treatment, and computer control systems. The dissolved air flotation system uses tiny air bubbles to adhere to contaminants, raising them to the surface where they are skimmed off. This helps remove organic matter in the water, thus reducing carcinogenic compounds that would otherwise be formed when combined with the chlorine. One advantage of the dissolved air flotation system is its small footprint, making it feasible to place the new water plant within the limited area available. Finally, thanks to the Town Council's leadership and design work by John Merritt, the exterior of the building has a very attractive appearance. So this new water treatment plant has been custom designed to suit Beech Mountain's particular needs and should serve it well for decades. I thank you, Mayor and Town Council, for selecting West Consultants for the engineering of this important project. Safe drinking water is an invaluable resource for any community, and it has been an honor to be on the team helping to provide it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Benji. And Benji, one of my mention, is also involved now with our water intake. That's probably not going to be in my lifetime because of bureaucracy, but we're working on it. And it probably should take maybe 6, 7, 8 years to get our water intake, hopefully, from Watauga Lake. I see a couple people here that I apologize, didn't recognize. We have Judge Lowry here, and the only reason I mentioned also Judge Lowry's name is because he swore me in a few times, and some of these other council members that are here. Thank you, Judge, for coming. And Nancy Johnson. Nancy Johnson goes way back. When I first moved up here, our finance officer, she's back there, and she's now working for Avery County. Avery County is very lucky to have her. In continuing, at this time, I would like to provide an opportunity for the Beech Mountain Public Utility Director, Robert Heaton, to speak. Robert has been part of this project every step of the way. Robert, don't make it too long, will you, please?
Good afternoon. We're glad to see y'all here. If you see all these little blue shirts interspersed in between you, those are mine and Riley's guys. We appreciate them being here. Tell them thank you because they were as much part of this as we were. They've done the hard part. They've had to work through it all. They've had to work through it while I've been here and everywhere else to keep us all going. So I want to say thank you, especially to my guys, and you're appreciated. You just don't know it all the time. We're glad to have everybody here. I didn't expect such a big crowd, so we'll see how I get through this. Benji talked about the plant itself. I want to go back just a little bit before that. We actually started this project around 2007, 2008. We did the first engineering study in 2008, and it came back, and council looked at it. I think Rick was on there, and remember those plans that we did. In 2010, Marion Rothrock came to work for us, and that made a big difference. He did this water and sewer study and came in. We actually went through this old plant, did a lot of looking at it, had some technicians come in, and knew we were in trouble. It was an old steel plant, and it was corroded pretty bad. And Rock got us in to looking at to start going forward with this project. So it's been a lot longer than everybody remembers. I'm good at it because I've been in it every day. But Rock, thank you. You're a friend, a mentor, and a real good engineer, so I appreciate you. So I'll hurry up and get out of here. That's where this started. We came through 10, 11. We hired Benji. He did the design work. Daniel and I made 4 or 5 trips around the southeast looking at different facilities, different types of treatment. Benji did a very good job coming up with this scenario to make it work, and we think it's going to be very good for the town for the next 20, 30 years. I hope it works very well. So far, the numbers look really good, and as you go through time and we get better at operating it, you will see those too in your tap water at home. So I'm going to thank a few more people, and I'm going to get out here and let everybody eat. I've done my guys. The managers, Ed, Randy, Tim, Jess, when he filled in, y'all put up with a lot of crap from me. I appreciate it, and I thank you very much for it. The support, and when I got out of hand, y'all straightened me back up a little bit, so I appreciate that. My council members and mayors, they have listened to me, and they have went along with a lot of what I've said, and I really do appreciate all of them. They've been great to me, and I couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to work with. The town staff at Town Hall, they get to hear the rough part of me sometimes. I appreciate all they've put up with. And then just my staff again. My water plant guys have lived here for 2 years and ran this plant while this one's been being built. It's hard, but you can get it done. And so far, I think we've missed maybe 1 day of treating water in the whole time of the process. So we've done really good. Last but not least, Jeff McKinney with T&B, Frank, Frizzell, Acorn's bunch with the electricians, Gopher Utilities. Benchy set a team. It's a big team. We've had tons of contractors down here, everything from electrical to concrete to painting. We still have painting to do, as you can tell. We're not finished painting. They're still painting. But that team's come together, and I think we've made a really good project. It's going to benefit the town, and I just appreciate y'all being here and hope it serves you well. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Folks, I've always said, and I'll say it again, our most important product that we have in this town is our town employees. And this is the perfect example of a town employee that cares about the town and what goes on in the town. So thank you, Robert, and all you people. At this time, also, I would like to introduce our town manager for some closing remarks. Tim Holman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be very brief. I want to appreciate everyone for coming out and joining our celebration today. You heard the stories about the plant, the facts, the figures, and the people behind what goes on. And as a manager, I'm very appreciative of all town departments. They work together. I was thinking this morning, much like a body does, you've got your head, your heart, your hands, your arms, and legs. And without all our departments, we wouldn't be able to provide services. But today is the day for the utility department to shine, and for all the people to be very proud of what the utilities has done. I think the residents and visitors also should be equally proud and know that these people consider it more than just a job. They go above and beyond the call of duty in good weather and bad, and I appreciated that, and I enjoy working with everyone. And I think it's Robert who keeps me straight, not the other way around. Okay, at this time, before we continue on, there'll be like a 2-minute break, and then we'll rearrange things, have the ribbon cutting. So if you just kind of relax for a few moments. We'll move things around, and after the ribbon cutting, we'll proceed with the food and tours. If you would like a tour of this great facility, and I really encourage you to go see it, you will be highly amazed at what you see inside. And the bathrooms are up on the second floor in case you need the facilities. So with that, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Tim. Before we, if council will allow me, before we continue with this, we had a town manager that was in the heat of this project, and he left us for better things, bigger towns and all that. But I would like to have him come up here and say a few words. Ed?
I'm going to take a little exception with what he just said. I didn't leave for better. I might have left for bigger. But one of the highlights of my career has been being the town manager in Beech Mountain. I can echo the sentiments that have been stated already. Excellent staff. It was great working with Robert on the project, with Benji, and just with all of the staff and the council. You've got great leadership here. And I'm pleased to have been a part of it. You know, a lot of things that you go through, or for those of you who have served in the military, is kind of like boot camp. Some of the things that you were going through at the time weren't necessarily good, but you look back on them and somehow everything is just settled and great. This is a super facility, and the residents and visitors of Beech Mountain deserve this facility, so I'm so happy to see it complete. I thank Benji for all the work that he did and for the relationship that we formed during this process as well. So I'm very, very happy for Beech Mountain, and I'm glad that you have this state-of-the-art facility to serve for many, many years to come. So thank you.
Okay, at this time, as Tim mentioned, if you would just bear with us to get ready for a ribbon cutting. And after that, the plant, I recommend strongly everybody to, if you can, go up the stairs and see the state of the art that we have here, and we're very lucky to have it.
Okay, cut.
Now,
Can
can I cut?
Cut!